G'day everyone, and welcome to another video. Today I'm coming at you from Lake Hume. I'm going to be after the big trout that are known to frequent these waters. I went out a couple of weeks ago with my good mate Andrew Schultz from Andrew Schultz Outdoors, and we got one nice trout getting close to 3 pound, I suppose. Yeah, but other than that we didn't get anything. But yeah, that was encouraging that there are some about, and I've been seeing quite a few reports of people starting to get them out here in Lake Hume. So yeah, I'm going to do the usual trolling with downriggers, and I might put out a planer board to start with to get a bit closer to the top. Yeah, so we'll see how we go. Conditions out here are pretty good, really. The Talangata doctor isn't giving me too much bother. There's a little bit of a swell on the water, but this is about as good as it gets. I reckon it's going to glass out later today. Yeah, so the sun's just coming up now. I was determined to get out here early today to maximise the morning magic hour, so hopefully that pays off. Alright, this is what I'm going to be using. The 20 gram Pink Panther Tassie Devil, and that's got a dodger in front of that, and that's going to go off the downrigger, probably maybe 20-foot drop back, and then I'm going to have a slider above that at 5 foot above that, and the other rod has got the same 20 gram Pink Panther Tassie Devil, but I think I might start off, I'll put that off the planer board. Alright, I'll set the planer board rod first. That'll be going out. Actually, no I won't. I'm going to be going close to the bridge, so I'll just let that drag behind without a planer board until I get away from this bridge, because I'm going to go close to the bridge and it'll be out on the side that's near the bridge. So I'll just basically flatline this Tassie Devil until I get away from the bridge. I'll put a bit of S factor on this. Bit of S factor. Jock, make sure I'm topped up with that. This is the downrigger rod. I'm going to let that drop back 20 metres. I've got marks on the texture marks on the line, so I know how far back it's going. Works pretty well. There's one mark, that's 10 metres. There's the next 2 marks. It's 1 mark for 10 metres, 2 marks for 20 metres. So that's got the correct drop back now. I'm using a different clip to what I normally have. Andrew had these when I went out in his boat with him when we got that trout, and yeah, they seem to be a bit easy to use once you make sure you don't put it right in the back so it's too tight. So yeah, this is a new clip I'm trying out. I'll lower that down, loosen off the drag to lower it down. I'll go down 5 feet and then I'll put the slider on. So this is the slider rig. It's got a offshore release clip on it with the pin cut off, and then I'm going to run this pinkfish, I think it's called pinkfish, 13 gram Tassie Devil off the slider, and that'll have S factor on it. So this slider is 5 foot above the downrigger bomb. That clip always stays clipped on. That'll slide down to the bottom if I get a fish. This clip here, that releases if I get a fish pull on it. I've got to kind of loop it through like this. Because I'm using braid, it doesn't really grip the line that well, so that works quite nicely. It's just a bit of a knack getting it in that groove properly. There we go, the slider's set. Right, I'll lower it down to maybe 30 feet, I'll try. I'm loving this new Scotty downrigger. It is a lot easier to use than the homemade one. It's got a counter on it, so I can then have to keep looking at the sounder all the time to see how deep it is. Looks like a nice fish right in the where the bomb is. Don't know if you can see that. Oh, I don't know if that'll translate into the stroke, but that looks pretty good. All right. I'm going to send out this planer board. This takes your line out to the side of the boat so it goes in the water that's not disturbed by the boat. Yeah, normally this flag is fixed, but I've bought an additional extra to make the flag go like that. So the line's connected to this clip at the back here, and when the fish hits, it goes like that. Yeah, sometimes if you don't have that flag going up and down, it can be hard to tell if you get a small fish. You know, as the planer board's pulling out to the side, it's got a fair bit of force on it, so sometimes you don't see the bite. So yeah, that's how that works. So clip on the back clip. And then when you're using these tattle flag, it's called, you've got to leave a bit of slack in the line. It's kind of pretty similar to that slider rig, the way that the release clip works. Yeah, so I've got a bit of slack in the line there. So when the fish pulls, it should go like that, I hope. Feels pretty good. Alright, we'll send this out. It's going to look pretty cool if that flag moves around. If I get a fish or I give it a good yank, that front release clip disengages hopefully, and then the planer board drags in backwards, so it doesn't have that, it's not pulling out to the side. Then it's a lot easier to bring in. I reckon this is going to work. I reckon that flag will move if I get something. These planer boards are, you know, widely used in the Great Lakes on the border of Canada and the United States. So as you can see, the Tallangatta doctor's starting to rear its ugly head again. It's a little bit on the choppy side out here, but luckily I'm employing the hybrid propulsion system, which is using the main motor locked in a straight ahead position to provide assistance to the electric motor, which is steering the boat for me. At the moment I'm actually following a predetermined route. The electric motor's following that via the motor guide, what is it, the gateway. Yeah. So yeah, I reckon it'll calm down a bit later. Conditions are not favourable, to say the least. Alright, I'm trying a different colour Tassie Devil on the planer board. I've been trolling for quite a while now with no luck, so I might change this colour. I've done pretty well on this colour before. Alright, I'm going to change that line that's running off the planer board to a lead line with a dodger in front of it. It's getting, it's calmed down quite substantially now. All of a sudden about 9 o'clock it just quietened off significantly. So yeah, I think I need to get down a little bit deeper now. It's a little bit calmer. And yeah, so I'll see how this one goes. It's been very quiet so far. Not a lot of action at all. I'm going to let out 3 colours of lead line and then hook on the planer board, and then probably go out another 3 colours after that. That on the triangle there, and oh, we're on. Alright, we're on here. I think the battery's flat on this camera, but I'll turn on this other one. It's gone on the planer board. Didn't take long after I changed to the lead line and the dodger. Yeah, you can see that paddle flag that I was talking about has gone down. There's definitely something on there. I'm loving that. I'm getting another one of those for the other one, sure. Game on. Planer board me up. Got to get ready to let go of the handle if he makes a run, because there's no drag unless you let go of the handle with these reels. As I get it in, I'll unclip the planer board. I don't think he must be massive. He doesn't seem to be acting up a lot. that flag pull down means there's something on there. Yeah, sometimes you just got to change something, and then sometimes that can bring something else. It doesn't lunge just as much. Take off this. Slowed the boat down. Yeah, there's definitely some weight there. It's a long process to get this in. This is when it's good for the electric motor to be just steering for you. I reckon he's running towards me. After all that, it's only a little fish. Oh, he's not that bad. You could keep him if you wanted to. He's one of Lake Hume's smaller residents as far as trout go, this one. Yeah, that flag did its job perfectly. That's exactly what it's designed for, to tell when you've got a small fish on. This is why you can't have your leaders too long. It's hard to land the fish. There he is. Damn a little one. I think I'll let him go. They're not all monsters in him. Actually, he's not looking so good, so I think I might have to keep him. I would normally let him go, but well, he'll go in the frying pan. He's been hooked in a position that's not so good, so I might have to keep him. Well, looks like we're on again. The flag's gone down. The lead line with the planer board seems to be the go. All right. Don't know how big this one is. The flag's gone down. There's definitely a fish on here. Slow down the speed a little bit. Yes, even if it's another one the size of that one, that'd make a nice little feed. I don't think he's massive. He's not really going off. Yeah, it actually seems to have gotten better when it's calmed down. Normally the rougher the better. For catching fish anyway, not for player comfort. I've released the planer board now. See that? It just come off that front clip. That makes it easier to wind in when it does that. Now I've got to unclip the planer board as it comes in. Hopefully the fish is still on there. Must be another small one. I can't feel much weight. Alright, we're clear of the lead line. I can feel it still feels like there's a bit more than a dodger on there and a Tassie devil. Oh, it's a tiny fish. It's even smaller than that first one, I think. Lake Hume monster. No wonder I had trouble feeling if it was on there or not. Oh, haven't said that, it's actually not a bad fish. Now, it's hard to tell with this lead line how big they are. Oh yeah, he's actually a nice fish. He's not huge, but he's better than that last one. Come to popper. turn into a better sort of day now if it doesn't let go. Oh, come to popper! This lead line can be confusing to tell how big they are. Look at that, that's actually a nice fish. Well, much bigger than that last one. This is getting more like the fish that you expect out of Lake Hume. Look at that. How do you like that? On the 20-gram Christmas tree Tassie Devil. That's actually quite a solid fish. Not as big as the one Andrew caught a couple of weeks ago with me, but it's not a bad fish. Yes. I'm using my electric trolling motor that is linked to my depth sounder to navigate a route that I've got stored in the depth sounder. That way I don't have to steer the boat at all. It's really great, especially when it's rough. You can see that I'm the black triangle there, and that's navigating towards that red sort of circle. If there's a bit of wind, it can sort of blow off course a little bit. As you can see there, it's sort of a little bit right to the actual straight line between the 2 points, but yeah, as long as you got them close enough together, it's not really too much of an issue. I'm now trolling the northern side of the Wodonga bridge. There's a lot of trees on this side, and I'm following a plotted route through the river course here to try to stay away from the trees. Alright, no more trout. I've used up my 210 amp hour lithium batteries. It does take quite a lot of battery power to troll at 3.8 kilometers an hour, which you do when you're trolling Tassie Devils. So I'm going to have a quick go for some redfin. The conditions are getting pretty much glassed out now. It's a stark contrast to what it was earlier this morning with big Wednesday near the Weir Wall. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just going to have a quick go for the redfin, nothing too intense. See if I can get some easy redfin. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alright, this is what I'm going to try to use to get the redfin. It's 2 soft plastics with a sinker at the bottom, like a double paternoster rig. I might start off with just sort of trolling with it, like just drag that sinker along the bottom and see if I can locate a school, and then I want to more ideally sort of cast for them. Bit of S factors going on them, of course. You really need an electric motor to troll slow enough to get this to drag along the bottom. When I'm sort of fully after the redfin, I'll use like a much bigger sinker and have 2 rods. It's a lot of work, but it does catch a lot of fish too. I'm trolling extremely slowly here. The idea is to actually drag that sinker along the bottom, because I reckon that you know, something dragging along the bottom, stirring up the mud, really attracts the redfin. You seem to catch a lot more fish if you let your lure, if you let your your sinker drag along the bottom with soft plastics above it. If I see a school, I'll just stop and start casting. And this looks pretty... Okay, I've given the redfin fishing a bit of a go. It was only ever going to be a really quick go. They're definitely not going gangbusters here. Haven't seen much on the sounder, but yeah, the session's definitely finished now. It didn't sort of end well. I got a snag and I've gone to pull up the, you know, to try to pull it off the snag when I reversed over it, and I think I've pulled the rod up at too high an angle, and it's broken the rod, so yeah, not a good look. I yeah, don't ever spend a huge amount on rods, yeah, for that reason, you know, these things can happen. But yeah, anyway, the other than that, the day's been quite successful. I've tried out my new tattle flag option on my planer board, which worked to absolute perfection, so I'll be ordering another one of those off Amazon when I get home, I reckon, because I've got a left and a right planer board. You have to have one for the left and one for the right. Yeah, and a couple of nice fish. They should, you know, the colour of the meat's pretty nice, so they should go all right in the frying pan, those ones, I reckon. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next adventure. Well, no episode would be complete without some sort of gear segment. This is how I strap down my bait. It's an awesome idea. They use this a lot in the United States. Normally they have it on the rear of their boat, but I've sort of adapted it so it'll go on the side of the boat. It's called a boat buckle. This is the stainless steel version. Apparently the non-stainless steel version's a bit heavier duty, but this is plenty heavy duty enough for me. What you do is when you want to take the strap off, you just push this little lever here. That releases it, and then you just unhook it like this, and it just retracts, and that's it. And then when you want to put it back on, you just pull it out again, hook it over the the rail, and then you just, behind this lever there's another little lever, and you just give that a few pulls, and that's it. Strapped down. Saves a lot of mucking around. And I've had a extra piece welded in here by Kyle Dyerimple at Collins Machining and Fabrication in Corowa. Kyle's brought this boat back from the dead, and many a time he'll sort of fix things that other people can't fix. Yeah, so yeah, it's a great idea. Highly recommend. I got this one off Amazon. That's where I found it was the cheapest. You can, I think there are some Australian sites that have got it, but yeah, boat buckle, get on it.